Avengers, you're gone. No one's coming to save the day.
We could be the people that are coming.
Wait, us?
Being the hero, there is no higher calling.
Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, only in theaters May 2nd.
What is everybody? Welcome back to the Super Snatch channel with you as always, guys. I know I'm not in my usual setup today. I'm at my office. You know, I want to just do a video here and share my review from the Thunderbolts, actually the new Avengers movie. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. If you are new to the Super Snatch channel, like, share, subscribe, do whatever you guys got to get the word out. I would really appreciate it. Now, this movie was awesome. I loved it. I liked it. It was so cool. It was awesome. It was really cool. Now, I'm gonna, explain what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, my dislikes. And I don't wanna bring down too much, I don't wanna be so negative. But the positive side, I did like this team up. This was an amazing team up that I was really looking forward to. Even before, they were releasing this movie, I was already excited for it. I was excited to see something different. And it was really cool to see the Red Guardian, Yelena, Taskmaster.
That was quick.
Ghost and who else is it? Pretty sure that's it. And Bob as Sentry. So it's really cool. Oh, and US Agent, of course. And it's really cool to see this whole band of misfits come together. It was really awesome. Now, I loved the storyline in the beginning. It was amazing. Valentina was crazy, She was really cool. She played the role, the actor played the role really well. She was awesome. And it's really cool how you see them come together, as a team. Now, this story, it's after Black Widow, it's after, Falcon and Winter Soldier, a few years down the line. Oh, I forgot the most important one of all, Bucky Barnes. He was awesome. Love Bucky Barnes. He's amazing. And it's so cool that, we've all seen them before. They're just not new characters. We don't know the backstory. We've already seen them. It's been years online. We've already seen Bucky Barnes, throughout all the years and everything. We've seen Yelena and Black Widow and the Hawkeye show. And we've seen US Agent and Falcon and Winter Soldier. We've seen Taskmaster and Black Widow. And we saw Ghost and Ant-Man and the Wasp. I liked Ghost. She's really cool. And the Red Guardian, we saw him. And Black Widow, the Black Widow movie. And it was awesome to see this team up, Now, Sentry was really cool. I like Sentry. I didn't care for... Okay, so the Void was crazy, and it was I wanted them to explore more into that about the past, show. I know we saw from Yelena and then US Agent, but we didn't really see Ghost, her past. I wanted to see that, her past, her experience, what she went through. I know we might have saw a little bit of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I wanted them to do every single character, It was a really great storyline. It was amazing. Now, a little bit of what I was not happy about. At the end, I was not happy about that they didn't solve the problem of the Sentry. They just you know, it was awesome. They all came together, they joined him, but they didn't solve the problem because the void was still inside of it. He can't become Sentry anymore unless the void is with him, and he'll become that dark person. They didn't solve that problem. You know, it wasn't solved. So I was like, what the heck, what? This was supposed to be solved, you know? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't happy about that. So he's just there in the new Avengers Tower, just there, you know? He's not really doing much. But, I don't know. In my opinion, I wasn't happy about that. But I can tell you what I was happy about. I was happy about this movie. This team up was fantastic. Now, Valentina was really cool. She was awesome in this movie, and it was so cool to see her just take down everybody. You know, she had a whole agenda, she had a whole plan. At the end, you know, they were gonna come after, they were gonna take her down. But she announces that she's working on a project, you know, I don't wanna spoil it too much. But you know, they're called, as we've seen, you know, on photo and everything, the new Avengers and everything. The post-credit, the mid-credit scene is really funny. I mean, it's so funny. I was recording it, just laughing in the theater. The post-credit scene was amazing. Don't leave the theater. Stay to the very end. I was staying to the very end. I was like, I'm not leaving. But it was really awesome to see them down the line. You know, like, okay, 14 months later, down the line. I couldn't spoil it. I won't say too much, but it was really cool to see that thing, you know, at the end, that what's gonna be coming up, you know, it was very fantastic.
I understood that reference.
You know, it was very fantastic. I can't say that, but won't get into too much detail, but it was very fantastic. Okay, this is amazing how it builds up to Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars. I'm glad they didn't leave no potholes. You know, there's still stuff that needs to be, I would say, like addressed, because some things, you know, were just not filled. Like Sentry wasn't fixed. It was just, you know, they put a band-aid over it, and I was like, what? It was awesome to see that, you know, everyone has a past, and they weren't proud of it. You know, I mean, he was proud of what they did in the past, you know, but like Bucky said, you can either live with it forever, or you can do something about it. And I was like, no, you know what? We can't live. You gotta do something about the past. You know, you can't let it plague you. You know, you can't let it take you over. And so that void in every single one of us, in every single one of them, it had to be filled. You know? And it can only be filled by Jesus Christ. Amen. That's why that void inside of us, in every single person, must be filled by Jesus. That's why it's there. It can only be filled by Jesus. Amen. And so it was so cool just to see them come together, to fight together, to join forces. They all had a past, but at the end they didn't let them define who they were. They conquered that past. They overcame it. That's what was so cool. That's what was awesome. They didn't let the past plague them too long. They did in the beginning. They said they have so much they regret. Well, you have to do something about it. You can either let it plague you. You can either live with it forever. You can do something about it. That's what was so cool. They took action, right? And so, all in all, it was an awesome movie. I loved the cast. I loved the characters. They were amazing, fantastic movie. What I didn't care for was the language. I just don't care for the language. I just wasn't. Me personally, I just don't like it. I don't know why they have to add that, you know. I just don't know why they always gotta add, gosh darn it, you know. Why say that, you know? But yeah, that's just, I wasn't a big fan of that. Obviously, I don't like it. It was amazing to see this lead up to the future movie, you know, Avengers Doomsday, and then what we're gonna see in Fantastic Four is just gonna be mind-blowing. I cannot wait to see Fantastic Four. It's just gonna be off the charts. I've seen every Fantastic Four movie. This one I'm very excited for. I cannot wait. I mean, it's gonna be very fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Amen. But it was so cool. This team up was definitely needed, and I'm glad they did this movie. And like I said, I just wasn't, certain things I just wasn't agreeing with. I mean, just the void, I just don't know why they just didn't solve that problem. And it wasn't fixed, it just wasn't fixed. You can't even become a century without becoming void. I just don't like it. But it was so cool to see that team come together, and like Red Guardian says, they can raise to glory, a team of misfits coming together. And they all had a past, and they all didn't let it define them, like I said before, So cool. Valentina, so we finally know who bought Avengers Tower. It was Valentina, and you said it wasn't, it was really expensive, it was a price, but it was worth it, It was so cool to see years later inside that building. You're at the theater, I was at the theater and I was watching it. I was like, yo, this is so cool. This is so cool to see. Because, everyone was doing theories. It was Kingpin, it was this person, it was that person, it was Kang at one time. But we all know it was Valentina. So it was really cool. And she was awesome. She was amazing in this movie. She was crazy, But this is so cool. Like I said, stay for the mid-credit scene and stay for the final post-credit scene, because you're gonna see what this leads up to in the new movies that are coming. 2025, Fantastic Four, Avengers Doomsday 2026, and Avengers Secret Wars 2027. It's all leading up to that. I, for one, am very excited for Avengers Doomsday. Fantastic Four, yes. And Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars. This is gonna be amazing. We've already seen the cast who's coming back, and the old cast, from the X-Men, Professor X, Magneto, Cyclops, Gambit, Wolverine. They haven't announced him yet, but he's gonna return, and the whole X-Men, Beast. Oh my goodness. And I hope Sue Storm. is coming. I hope she's coming. I hope they're just not announcing her yet, and I hope she comes back. Thor's gonna be in there, and so many other Ant-Man, so many other characters come back, and the main one that I'm excited for, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. Guys, this is gonna be so cool. I cannot wait. When this trailer comes out, probably will come out, I want to say December, maybe it'll come out in December. When this trailer comes out, guys, get ready. It's gonna be unbelievable. It's gonna be so exciting. I cannot wait to see this movie. This is gonna be so cool. I can't wait. So let me know what you guys think. This is my final. This is my review. I would rate this movie a 7 out of 10. This was a great movie. 7 out of 10. Okay. So that's my review for Thunderbolts, aka the new Avengers. The new Avengers. So cool. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really cool. Fantastic Four is coming out in July, guys. I can't wait to see this. Fantastic Four, first steps, unbelievable. I can't wait to see this. July 25th, and July 18th is my birthday, so I gotta see it. I gotta see it. We got Jurassic World Rebirth coming out in July. We got Superman coming out in July as well, guys. Get ready. July is gonna be insane. I'm just so excited right now. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So yes, 7 out of 10, I would rate this movie because it was fantastic, but just a lot of stuff that I just didn't agree with, just a lot of things that I wasn't proud of. But the team, I was really proud of this team. They did excellent with this team, okay? So let me know what your review is. What would you rate this movie? And let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, do whatever you guys got to get the word out, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. And like I always say, Super's out.
We can't stop him alone. No one can. But we can find a way. Together.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts.
Under pressure.